Baby, you're the one for me. Baby, you are meant for me. I'm madly in love with you. Baby, you're the one for me. Baby, you are. I'm madly in love with you. Baby, one for me. Baby, you are meant for me. I'm madly in love with you. Baby, one for me. Baby, meant for me. I'm madly in love with you.
Good morning, everyone. Today I will be taking you through a full day of eating to fuel my fitness, my health, and to heal my skin. So I'll give you guys a little skin update as well. I've told you guys a million times that I have quit caffeine, and I have quit caffeine, and then I will start drinking the coffee again. And I've also told you guys that I have a goal of being able to run 10 miles, and I start running, and then inevitably something happens and I stop running. So I've decided to combine these two goals of mine, and I have told myself that if I want to get a coffee in the morning, I have to run to the coffee shop. And I picked a coffee shop that I can run like it's not exactly a mile away, but if I add like one extra little loop around a block, it turns into a mile. So basically, this is going to either help me cut back on caffeine and or actually run more consistently. Lately, the caffeine has been winning, which means I have been running a lot, which is great. The main reason that I have stopped running every time I started running was just because my skin has been flaring a lot in the last year for various reasons, and when my skin flares, sweating just does not feel great for my skin. And so when my skin flares, first thing to go is any sort of intense exercise that causes me to sweat. And it has felt like every time I've tried to get in the flow of running, my skin has flared. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen again. And no, I don't think running is causing my skin flares. Like pretty much everything I've been able to pinpoint, kind of. And I also feel like, honestly, this was not going to be a running update video, but I suppose it can be. I feel like in the past, when I have tried to tackle running and then inevitably stopped, I think I was trying to push myself to do too much. I mean, maybe not necessarily, I don't know, maybe I'm just like weak and a terrible runner and not fit enough to be a fitness creator. But I was trying to, like, in my head, it wasn't worth going for a run if I wasn't hitting at least 3 miles of distance. And like, as someone who's literally like never actively run before, that's hard for me. I genuinely think my body's just like not built to run long distances. And I did go to a running coach and he was like, yeah, you're built like a sprinter, not like a long distance runner. I was like, I know. But like mentally, it was just really tough to get myself to run consistently when I think I was just pushing myself more than necessary, more than was productive, more than was helpful. And so now my goal is literally just run 1 mile as many mornings as possible, and I'm just gonna do that until 1 mile feels easy peasy, because right now it doesn't feel easy peasy. I did start this habit like 2 weeks ago though, and it definitely feels a lot easier than my first run, so we're making progress. I don't know why I'm doing my hair right now, because I signed up for hot yoga in like 4 hours, and that's just gonna completely destroy everything. That's also why this is gonna be a no makeup vlog, because hot yoga will make me sweat my entire face off, and if I have any makeup on when I go in there, it's all gonna get in my eyes, it's gonna get all over the place, it's not gonna be pleasant. So this is what we got for today. Okay, so for breakfast it is finally chocolate frosty smoothie bowl weather, so I'm making my chocolate frosty smoothie bowl, but I have no nut milk, so first gotta make the nut milk, then we make the smoothie. We're gonna do some cashew, almond, walnut milk, pecans. These are pecans. Okay, now for the chocolate frosty smoothie bowl, we have protein. I finally made it through all of the other protein that's been in my cabinet forever, and now I've moved on to the Symbiotica. Oh, I just got a face full of aerosolized protein powder. I've moved on to the Symbiotica vanilla protein powder. I'm gonna throw in some hemp seeds, a little sprinkle, a couple tablespoons of cacao powder. I do have the complete recipe for this on my Instagram if anyone wants the full recipe. I have a confession. I'm like, I mean, you guys probably know this already. I am like a low-key hoarder when it comes to supplements, superfoods, and just like the fun health foods. Beekeeper's Naturals has not had cacao honey in stock for quite a long time. And so I've just been hanging on to this jar, not using it, because I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to get it again. But it's just been sitting there unused for months because I have to hoard it, not use it, which, where's the logic there? So I'm finally forcing myself to use up my Beekeeper's Naturals cacao honey, and it does make me very, very sad that this is now dwindling, but at the same time, it was just sitting in the cabinet unused. And this happens with like a lot of supplements that I have. I'll get like 3/4 of the way through it and be like, no, I can't use the last of it because then it'll be gone. What if I need it or want it for something super specific in the future? Anyway, also throwing in some cashew butter. This stuff is literal crack. If you want the best nut butter on the planet, just straight creamy cashew butter. Also macadamia butter, but that's expensive, more so than this. And these are a combo of sweet potato, cauliflower, and zucchini, and some goat yogurt. And then this is just, I had some coconut cream in a can that I like to add to this, and I opened the can, didn't want to like just let it sit in the fridge forever, so I froze the extra bit of it to throw in here. But I also have some in here, so I'm gonna do that too. So I have frozen coconut milk and then extra frozen goat yogurt, so I can get a couple extra tablespoons of goat yogurt in the smoothie. Should I do one more coconut? I feel like I put a lot of almond milk in here. I think I need more frozen things. I put in so much frozen stuff and it's still way more liquidy than my normal go-to chocolate frosty smoothie bowl consistency, but that's okay. And we have chocolate frosty smoothie, not quite bowl, more smoothie consistency. It's fine. This is consistently one of the main staples in my diet as breakfast. A, because it's delicious and I love it, but B, it's making a big comeback right now because I'm really focusing on prioritizing protein with breakfast. I mean, it's something that I've always kind of prioritized, but right now specifically for my skin healing journey, making sure I'm getting in enough protein is really crucial, just because protein made of amino acids are the building blocks of skin tissue, so it'd be really hard for my skin to heal and repair itself without the proper building blocks to do so. And this right here is about 40 grams of protein. We out here working. I'm literally editing this video that you're watching right now. Getting some fresh air, a little bit of sunshine, not too much sunshine. It's quite hot today. I don't want to literally roast myself like a rotisserie chicken. Staying hydrated. We covered protein. The next big thing that I'm focusing on is hydration. When I started focusing on the hydration of my cells and the integrity of the cell membranes, I started noticing a distinct shift in my skin, and I think it's been absolutely key for me. The majority of the human body is water, so staying hydrated no matter what your goals are, even if your goal is literally just maintenance and don't really think about health and fitness in your day-to-day and have like a super low-key routine, like thinking about hydration should be one of the few things that you still like actually really focus on. So on average, I am now drinking 2 of these plus at least 1 more mason jar full of something else, and that's like 24 ounces ish. So in total, I'm getting close to like 100 ounces of water a day, which honestly may be
technically more than I necessarily need, although I've been doing a lot more hot yoga, which means I'm sweating a lot more, so I probably do actually need that much when I'm actively sweating a lot. But as always, in this water I have some yummy Element electrolytes. Electrolytes are a key way of helping the body maintain the mineral balance and thus the fluid balance across the cell membrane. Electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium, essentially function as like little keys that unlock the cells and allow the hydration into the cells. So if you don't have the proper balance of electrolytes, you're not going to be optimally hydrated. And most conventional electrolytes on the market are full of sugar, food dyes, processed ingredients, just like a whole bunch of stuff that like maybe gonna do more harm than good. But Element is a zero sugar electrolyte drink mix that is formulated around the idea that research is showing that optimal health comes from sodium intake that's quite a bit higher than like the recommended dosage. And I think it's important to note here that yes, a lot of people are consuming possibly too much sodium, but not all salt or sodium is created equal. Like table salt, not really gonna do much for you. High quality mineral rich salts, much more beneficial. Anyway, Element is perfectly formulated for anyone who is trying to achieve optimal electrolyte balance. It's great for athletes, it's great for anyone who's fasting, anyone following keto, low carb, paleo, or whole foods based diets, because often if you're doing a whole food based diet, you're cooking food from home, you're probably not adding a ton of salt to your food, and you would actually benefit from consuming additional high quality electrolytes. Way back when we were harvesting our own food from mineral rich soil, our food came with a lot more minerals because they were in the soil and we were eating some of that soil. Nowadays our soil is very mineral poor. Our food system is just not growing food that is as mineral and nutrient rich, and so supplementation is just unfortunately kind of a necessary byproduct of modern food systems. That's a rant for another day. I'm gonna reel it back in. Anyway, Element, fantastic way to increase your electrolyte intake, and as of now, I think by the time I post the video, not while I'm filming this, but by the time I post this, they will have launched a new lemonade salt flavor for summer, which is just like the perfect summery salty electrolyte beverage. Take with you to the beach, take it on hike, take it with you for your workouts. You can be sweating a little bit more for summer, and so you might need a little bit more electrolyte. The lemonade salt's gonna be available for a limited time. I don't actually know how long, so like get it while you can. I'm really excited to give it a try when it comes out. And as always, Element is offering you guys a free sample pack with any order. So if you order the lemonade electrolytes or any other flavor or anything from Element, you will get a free sample pack with your order. So you can try all of the amazing flavors, and all you gotta do is go to drinklmnt.com/fitandnerdy. I will leave a link down in the description box below. Check it out. Stay hydrated. I'm gonna finish chugging this because I need to leave for yoga in 2-ish hours, and the hot yoga is so hot that like you have to be very intentional about the pre-hydration, the hydration while you're in it, the post-hydration. Like if you don't hydrate enough before you go to this yoga class, like there have been a couple times where I thought I might pass out. Just gotta hydrate and it's fine. Okay, now I have a coaching call with Krista. She is the person I've been working with for my skin, and this is less of like a skin coaching call, more of like a mindset therapy coaching call. It's in a group, it's not like one-on-one, but it's just a framework of like breaking down feelings and finding a way to transmute them into more helpful feelings.
Was we were discussing some version of advanced decision making, and it's deciding how you want to react before you get there, essentially. And that's a skill. It's not like, oh, we're just figuring this out in 30 seconds. This is like things that people see people for every week.
Alrighty, I have yoga in an hour, so it is about that time to make a little matcha.
I told you guys that I've been trying to get into matcha, and it turns out putting a ton of honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon in it has been sufficient for me to enjoy the beverage. I've actually started consuming it fairly regularly in the afternoons, mostly because I needed a vehicle in order to consume some collagen and colostrum, because both of which are very potentially helpful on my skin healing journey. Like collagen, essentially subset of protein, subset of amino acids that are even more specific to skin health and the actual proteins that like the skin uses. So adding collagen is just essentially giving my body even more specific building blocks for my skin. And then adding in colostrum, it's really good for gut health, for improving intestinal hyperpermeability, for immune health, for skin health, for all sorts of things. And so I've been really wanting to actively incorporate both of those things into my day. And so adding in a matcha has been my way of doing that. And then as a bonus, of course, matcha has all of the health benefits, mostly just being a very concentrated antioxidant. And it's a great little afternoon pick-me-up. So cheers.
Oh my goodness gracious me. I made it to yoga, did the yoga. It wasn't just yoga, it was sculpt. So it was yoga plus weights plus like HIIT cardio, all in like 110 degrees. Hence why my face looks like a little tomato. And now I am, in theory, on my way to Whole Foods. If I can get through this insane amount of traffic. It's 5:45, so you know, that comes with the territory and living in LA. Not going far, but it might take me like half an hour to get there. It's fine, it's fine. It's not like I did an earlier yoga class today so that I could get home in time to cook dinner and eat at a reasonable hour. Side note, I'm literally so sweaty. I'm scared that like I'm gonna have just like a sweat stain on my butt, so I'm just like low-key driving like this, like hip thrusting my seatbelt so that I have like airflow under my legs so that I'm not just like dripping sweat right now.
A study of the sweet potato?
I am indeed, yes.
Finally did it. I made it home. I made it through the traffic. So much later than I was hoping. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just, it's time to cook some food. I'm planning on batch cooking tonight so that I have a couple days worth of dinner. So I'm gonna go cook some stuff up. Finally, dinner. I was gonna add some avocado to this, but honestly, I feel like this is so much food already that if I add any more, I will simply explode. So we're just gonna go with this. It's dessert time. Last time I was home at my parents' house, my brother told me that the Strauss Family Creamery cookies and cream flavor is gluten-free cookies and cream ice cream. And so when I saw this at the store, I had to get it, but I'm a chocolate girl through and through, so I also had to get chocolate so that I can combine them. You guys know me, I'm not really an ice cream person. I don't dislike ice cream, but I just love a baked good a lot more. But cookies and cream ice cream, gluten-free, couldn't pass it up. So when it comes to my diet, healing my skin, focusing on all my goals, etc., ooh, this is like the perfect texture. With dinner, what I've been trying to prioritize is including some cruciferous vegetables. So I had some cauliflower and some broccoli with dinner, and that's just because cruciferous vegetables are really good at supporting the body's natural detox pathways. And something that Krista and I have been discussing when it comes to my skin is it seems like part of my issues stem from just poor detox, which makes a lot of sense post topical steroid withdrawal. Like that's a lot of stuff for my body to have to flush out of it. And it's not that it's still flushing out topical steroids, but just that it was probably overburdened for so long that it's just a little bit of a struggle bus. So I'm doing everything that I can to support natural detox. And then also something I've been prioritizing that I didn't do tonight, but just something that I'm conscious of is omega-3. So I'm just trying to eat more fish as a whole. I've been eating a lot of salmon lately, but I just ran out of salmon and I had chicken. So that's why I had chicken tonight. Okay, moment of truth. Let's try this. Honestly, there's not a lot of cookie dough in this cookie dough. Okay, take it back. That bite was straight cookie dough. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I'm trying it. It's just like very sweet. Don't know if I would buy again, especially because I'm not a huge ice cream fan, but honestly, it's pretty good. I'm glad I got it.
And now I have some turmeric, ginger, lemon, honey tea to round out my hydration for the day. I had 2 of my giant bottles and now this guy. I think it's time to get ready for bed. So I promised you guys a skin update. As this is a frequent question, I don't want to leave you guys hanging. As of right now, my skin is doing better than it's been in a very long time. I have dealt with quite a few flares in the last couple months. Thankfully, I can pretty much pinpoint what caused all of those flares, which I think is really, really helpful, because for so long I felt like I was flaring without having any knowledge of what caused it. And so now that I am able to pinpoint those things a lot better, hopefully that means I'm at least on the right track with the thought process of healing my skin. In working with Krista, she has said that I am healing slower than one would hope or expect, which she does say is in line with my history with topical steroid withdrawal. Like, that can extend the timeline. And I'm about to do a mycotoxin test to see if mold history might be at play with my skin issues, which would be interesting. Not at all impossible, but not the direction that I was initially thinking. So it'll be interesting to get that data. Even though my skin is doing much better, I'm trying not to get my hopes up just because of how many times my skin has been doing better and then gotten worse. But again, fingers crossed I'm on the right track. I'm focusing on a lot of different things. Focusing on detox, cellular hydration, cell membrane health and integrity, immune and gut support, mineral and nutrient support. So focusing on a lot of different things. And overall, I think working with Krista has been kind of an eye-opener to how I guess myopic my approach to healing my skin was before, because I was trying so many like one-off things, like nothing that was more of a systemic, well-rounded approach. I was doing a lot of like specific healing diets, or I mean, I mostly played around with diet and tried a lot of different diets, as you guys have seen, but the root cause for everything is not necessarily diet. For me, it very easily could be mold exposure plus the history with topical steroid use putting an excessive burden on my body that my body just needs support in healing from through a variety of different mechanisms, rather than just like removing a couple food groups and hoping that that's enough for my body. So that's kind of where I'm at. I am cautiously optimistic with what I'm doing. Keep your fingers crossed for me and I will keep you guys updated. But I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. Let me know what questions you guys have, any thoughts, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments below. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your gym buddies. Make sure you go check out Element at drinkelement.com/fitandnerdy. Hit that subscribe button for more videos from me, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.